So I get a call yesterday, not a call, but Megan Hurlbut, you're on everything, she comes in and says, there are these two guys who made a movie called All in Time, and they want to be on the program. And I said, the answer is no. They're not going to be on any program. Mm-hmm. And she says, well, Rob is in the movie. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yeah.
And what's the movie about?
It's about a guy who manages a rock and roll group and trying to get them, famous. And he's doing it part-time because he's working in an office. And he quits the office, and then he has his problems with his girlfriend. And then there's a really cool twist in it.
Oh.
That,
A twist.
in the last third of the movie that is really surprising and funny and romantic. And
you can't tell us that now?
No.
Well,
okay.
Ruin everything.
And how large a part in it do you have?
I think I have fourth billing. So I'm a character, comedic character. I'm the owner of the club.
How many scenes do you think there are, just ballpark, how many scenes are there in the entire movie? If you had to guess.
30, maybe. 35.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes. For a movie, yes.
Thank you, Tony.
Okay. Is that right, Dagan? About 35?
Dagan,
watch a lot of movies,
my
Dagan?
experience is
Usually it's 52.
How many is it, Dagan?
183.
Well, it's a short movie.
right.
Are you being silly or?
Yes.
No, she knows the average scenes in a movie. Like, who would know that?
No, it's a decent.
Well,
it's a
she
decent-
watches all these movies. So how about you, Bernie? Oh, no, who would know better than anybody?
Oh, here we go.
There he is. Warner Wolf. Warner Wolf.
Hey.
I've never counted the scenes.
Well, what do you think?
That's the point.
Wow. Well, say 2-hour movie, maybe divided by 10.
Hold on, 2 hectares
20?
and an acre. Hang on.
Square root.
Depends how long one scene is, Like,
Well, yes, but I mean,
Well,
just ballpark.
like if you had a war scene,
Yeah.
my gosh.
Could go on forever.
Yeah.
That ended up
The
in the
movie.
cutting room floor.
So would you think 30 would be a fairly accurate guess?
I guess. Yeah.
So when you Google it on some screenwriting things, this could be
Okay.
Shouldn't even say this. I don't even know what the source is, but it's close, Rob. It says 40 to 60 scenes. An 120-page script would have 40 to 60 scenes.
This was a 90-page script, so it's an hour and a half.
There you go.
Oh,
So Rob's on it. That's right. Exactly right.
So about 30.
Yeah.
And how many of those scenes are you in?
5?
You're lying.
4 or 5.
You just
4 or 5.
You just told me off the air 4.
4 or 5.
Depends on the edit.
Right.
If they do all the scenes that I'm in, there'd be 6.
And what part do you play?
I play Rick, the owner of the nightclub where the band plays, who's disgusted with their inability to sell tickets until the kid comes up with this brilliant idea on how to sell the tickets.
All right, we'll get back to that in a minute. All right, Warner, no surprises in the draft, or was there?
No, well, some people are harping on the fact that the Leonard Williams didn't go till 6, but it's not a surprise because obviously the first 3 were done.
Yeah, Tony.
If you look at number 4, Amari Cooper, the Raiders, they needed a wide receiver.
Yeah.
And then number 5, the Redskins needed an offensive lineman. They didn't need a defensive lineman, so no wonder Williams was still around for the Jets at
That's
number
right.
6.
How about that, Tony?
Oh, well, I'll talk about the Raiders. The Raiders were going all in trying to get Ndamukong Suh. Why? He's a defensive tackle. Why? Because they can't stop the run. So when Leonard Williams was there, he was the player that they thought about. They also knew they needed a wide receiver, but it's a wide receiver deep draft, so they could have gotten one in the second round to help their quarterback out.
But not Amari Cooper.
No, they couldn't have gotten Amari Cooper, granted, but they also
best.
couldn't have got the best ranked player in the draft. He was sitting right there at 3. And people think that the Redskins overdrafted and getting Schiff, who could have gone later in the draft. That's just my opinion.
You're a regular Mike Francesa, aren't you?
Wait a second.
Hey,
Hold on a minute.
hold on. They'll take that. I'll know the first 5.
Tony Kuiper.
I disagree. I mean, gosh, Griffin needs offensive linemen. That was it, period. You didn't know that this guy would still be around.
By the way, you guys all know Jeffrey Darius, don't you?
Yes.
Special shout out to Jeffrey Darius. I love you. I always have. And always will. Always. He's I'm his number 1 fan. He also loves Francesa, as do I. Mm-hmm. And Jeffrey, somebody told me, was concerned that the I-Man was like mad at him or something, which is just not the case.
No,
Never.
of course
I'll
not.
be loving me some Jeffrey De'Aris. He's a funny kid.
Yeah.
No, he's got, what's he got? What's the disease he has?
I don't know.
You don't know? Jeffrey De'Aris, you don't know what he has?
I know he has a disease, but I don't define him by his disease.
No, but what is it?
I don't know.
How many scenes was he in?
Isn't it muscular dystrophy?
Something like that, but I don't want to speak.
Why are you
without
angry about
knowing
this?
what
Well,
the real-
because you've known him for 20 years. You have no idea what he has?
I don't know what you have.
I have prostate cancer, you dumb bastard.
That's the least of what you have.
You can start naming things,
Right.
actually.
Son of a bitch, you could be any dumber?
What do you want me to make something up?
Well, no, but I
He's
mean...
got leprosy. Let's get Mama T to come visit him.
Start with Jeffrey.
Jesus, Palomino, could you really? It's like I don't know. I
No,
don't.
but you know all this stuff.
I know Jeffrey. That's all I care. I know Jeffrey. I love Jeffrey. What he's got doesn't make a difference to me.
Well, it doesn't make a difference to me
Well,
either.
obviously it does, because you need to know what he's got.
Well, no, but he's in a wheelchair.
Fine, so he's in a wheelchair. Maybe he's lazy.
So's Larry Flynn. Well, why don't you know?
Oh, my God. You're an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Yes.
I don't know, and I don't care what he has. Why should I
You know,
care?
here's another thing. I was talking to Michael Lynn yesterday,
Right.
who was represented me for at least 40 years.
God bless him.
One of my favorite people ever. He's trying to explain some financial thing to me,
Right.
and I couldn't get it.
Why?
Well, I ain't going to it now, but I mean,
Complicated.
and I got to think, and I'm not a dumb person, but I couldn't, and I still don't get it.
Well, it's a pyramid.
Somehow, no, but somehow I'm getting screwed,
Right.
and I can't put my finger on it. So, but to his credit, he didn't lose his temper, or he didn't say you're an idiot. He kept trying to explain it to me. And then finally, Wyatt was sitting there, and Wyatt starts making fun of me.
Because Wyatt got it.
Just
Well,
another
of course,
day.
Wyatt got it. Wyatt's 5 times smarter than I am.
It's another day.
I don't know.